Okay, as a Neovim user, how much can I craft my VS Code experience to be as much like Neovim as possible? Well, here we go. So I've got things like Telescope. I can search for what I want. I can search through grep, no problem. I can search through my buffers, scroll through them. I can open oil, so I can go to like packages, create a package C, no problem. And there we go, we got the folder there. I can open my file tree at the side if I need it, but I don't really use file trees. I can open my Git, I can open my extensions, I can open my problems. If I add a problem, so let's say I add an error here, and then we go to another file, and I search for my problems, search diagnostics. As you can see, I can see all the diagnostics, just like Neovim. I can toggle terminals, no problem. I can delete terminals, I can create terminals, I can swap between them with keymaps, no problem, nice and quick. So how do we actually achieve this? Well, the first thing you want is obviously the VS Code Vim extension. This gives you all the keymaps and just is the base of all this setup. So this gives you the HJKL and a bunch of other features too. The next extension you're going to need is oil.code. Now this is what created the oil that we were looking at a minute ago. Then you're going to need error lens, which obviously gives you the error on the line. Code telescope, this is the one we use to get the telescope in our VS Code. And then I use this one called auto hide vim. Now basically I'll just give you a quick demo of what this does. So if I'm here in the left and I start moving, as you can see, just over here, the file tree disappeared. So when I'm not actually in it scrolling, if I'm on here, it's just going to disappear on its own. So I don't have to do Command B to keep toggling it. It will just auto disappear when I start typing, because it get it out of the way. And then another nice one is fonted. Now this just means that you can change the font of everything in VS Code. So for example, if you want the same font in your file tree and everything like that, you can need this plugin extension. Okay, I'm not going to bore you and go through line by line. I'm just going to show you all the key ones. So what you want to do is obviously have the same font and obviously use the fonted.font. This will enable you to have the font in the file tree. Some oil specific settings I have these ones. So I just tell it I have a nerd font so it can use nerd icons. I tell it to disable the Vim keymaps because I don't want to use the default oil keymaps. I want to set my own. And then disable open CWD nothing open. That just means that when you first open VS Code, if you're not in a file, it will open up oil like this automatically. I don't like that behavior. I like to set it up myself. Some telescope specific settings. I like to see my hidden files, so I have this to false. I like the classic layout. You can use the Ivy one, so I'll show you what the Ivy one looks like. So this is the Ivy setup, and this is the classic. You can also configure all the different layout things in here. I'll let you mess around with that. Of course, you need relative line numbers. This gives you the line numbers here, so it tells you what line you're on, and also if you want to use Vim motions to go up the lines just like that. I recommend reading through all this. I'm quite zoomed in, so I can't really see, but yeah, I recommend reading through all this. It tells you all the different settings you can do, and you can probably get very close to your Neovim setup, just like that. Now down to the meat potatoes, the keybinds. So I have my leader W, which is what does my saving. So all I have to do is lead W and it saves the file. Lead Q will quit in the file. This is an important one. So for undo, I prefer a capital U, so it's just Shift U. So undo is U, redo is Shift U. I like my J and K to go up and down faster like this. So as you can see, I'm jumping from line 48 down to 59. So, and it's also keeping it centered. So basically what it's doing is it's doing Command up, but also pressing ZZ to center the buffer. H and L, which goes through my previous buffers. Sometimes it's useful. I rewrite my N to do NZZ. So if I'm looking for like before, when I go to the next one, it's going to go to it and then center it. Same for going backwards, it's going to go to it and center it. So leader V and the control H, control L is just so I can go between buffer to buffer. Leader CA is for code actions. So if I want to do a code action on something, leader CA, and it can just do a code action. Leader D shows my diagnostics. So if I do have an error, let's say I just put one here, and I do leader D, it just shows me the error without having to do anything. And yeah, I'm not going to go through every single one of these. Leader E for opening oil. Leader SF for search file. SG for search grep, SB for search buffer, SD for search diagnostics, and then these settings are just basically just to clean up the UI a little bit, make it a little bit more minimal. Now, in terms of the keyboard shortcuts, I use something called Hyperkey. So this is a program you can get on macOS, and basically what it allows you to do is turn your caps lock key into whatever key you want. So I have my caps lock set to F12. So because of this, when I press, I can set my F12 to open the terminal. You can do this for any key, but I just prefer F12 because I also use it when I'm doing web dev. F12 does the developer tools. So F12 is my toggle terminal. This was what my tmux key was. Then once I'm in the terminal, I can do Control N to open terminals, Control Q to close them. I can do Control 1 to close the first one, Control 3, Control 2, etc. I'm looping through the terminals. On the side here, when I press Control 2, 1, etc. F12 just toggles it, so they all stay there when I'm toggling, etc. And this is how I do that. Feel free to copy them commands. Create and kill. Control E is for the Explorer, Control P is for the problems, Control G for Git, and Control X for extensions. I think they're pretty intuitive. And then these File Explorer ones aren't ones that I typically use now that I've basically just used oil. But basically, when I'm in the File Explorer, I can do A for adding a file. I can do capital A for adding a folder. I can do D to delete. I can do R to rename, etc., etc. And yeah, basically we've just them easy couple of extensions. You can get a pretty nice experience from VS Code. I mean, the way that you can just jump around, it's pretty fast. If you want to have a look at the theme I'm using, I use this Raven Rosepine Dark. Typically because I like the darker themes, I use the Rosepine symbols to go with that. But basically, it's just Rosepine with a darker background, this one. So let me know what you think of the VS Code setup. And yes, I still am not using tabs, don't worry.